Something has been orbiting Earth for 13,000 years, and NASA refuses to explain it. It's not one of ours. It predates every space program on Earth by over 12,000 years. And here's what makes this impossible to ignore. NASA photographed it themselves in 1998. Governments called it space debris, but debris doesn't orbit perfectly. Debris doesn't transmit signals. Because in 1899, Nikola Tesla himself detected a repeating signal from this exact orbital position. And that signal? Scientists decoded part of it in 1973. What they found shook the scientific community. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will never look at the night sky the same way again. This is the story of the Black Knight satellite, the most classified object in near-Earth orbit. The first confirmed detection happened in 1899. Nikola Tesla was experimenting with radio frequencies in Colorado. He picked up a signal unlike anything produced by human technology. Rhythmic, precise, repeating. Tesla wrote in his notes, "The signals are too strong to originate from Earth. They must come from another world." Then in 1954, military radar detected two unknown objects orbiting Earth. This was 6 years before Sputnik. The story broke in major newspapers. Time magazine, the St. Louis Dispatch, front page news. The US Air Force immediately classified all radar data. They called it thermal blanket debris, an explanation with zero evidence. Retired Marine Corps Major Donald Kehoe reported the sightings publicly. He was subsequently discredited and silenced. Here's what doesn't add up. The object orbits in a polar orbit. No country had this technology until 1960. And it moves at a speed that would be impossible for any material on Earth to withstand without disintegrating. By the late 1950s, multiple independent scientists had detected this object, and none of them had answers. Then in 1998, during Space Shuttle mission STS-88, astronauts photographed something unexpected. The object appeared in multiple frames, dark, elongated, tumbling slowly, approximately 10 meters in length. NASA's official response: it's a thermal blanket that fell off during EVA. Problem: it's the wrong shape, wrong size, wrong orbit. Astronaut Jerry Ross, who was on the mission, gave an unusual interview. He paused for 11 seconds before answering questions about it. The object appears in 9 separate photographs from the mission, all from different angles, all showing the same structured shape. When researchers enhanced the images using modern AI upscaling, they found something extraordinary. Symmetrical surface features. The object reflects light at an angle inconsistent with any known metal alloy. It absorbs more energy than it should. And thermal imaging showed it was colder than surrounding space, actively radiating cold, something that shouldn't be physically possible. Within 72 hours of the photographs being released, NASA reclassified them. They remain restricted to this day, but researchers had already downloaded the originals, and they've been circulating in the scientific community ever since. Now let's talk about the signal, because this is where things get genuinely strange. In 1973, Scottish astronomer Duncan Lunan analysed the radio echoes detected decades earlier. What he found was a star map. The star map pointed to Epsilon Bootes, a star system 203 light-years from Earth, and it was accurate to within 0.01%. Lunan concluded the signal was a greeting, a probe sent ahead of a civilization to announce itself to developing worlds. The scientific community was divided. Some called it brilliant, others dismissed it entirely. The debate is unresolved to this day. Before we continue, let's test what you know. How old is the Black Knight satellite estimated to be? The answer is 13,000 years. That's older than Stonehenge, older than the pyramids, older than any human civilization. The signal operates on a frequency of 3.1 gigahertz, far outside the range of any natural phenomenon in space. Mathematical analysis reveals the signal encodes prime numbers in sequence, not random, intentional, intelligent. SETI, the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, receives funding to scan the universe for signals. They've never publicly commented on this one. Now here's what almost no one talks about. Ancient rock art in Chile, dating to 10,000 BCE, depicts objects matching the Black Knight exactly. Sumerian cuneiform tablets from 4000 BCE reference the Dark Watcher in the sky that has always been there. Multiple indigenous cultures across every continent have oral traditions about a dark guardian satellite watching over Earth. The Maori of New Zealand call it Aotearoa Nui, the Great Dark Watcher, and have tracked its path for 2,000 years. An Aztec codex from the 14th century shows detailed orbital diagrams that match the Black Knight's actual trajectory. Almost perfectly, the Nazca lines in Peru, built to be seen from space, may have been designed as a landing marker or a response. And Göbekli Tepe, remember that one? The site is astronomically aligned in a way that tracks a polar orbit. Built 11,500 years ago, time for quiz number 2. Which famous scientist first detected the Black Knight signal in 1899? Nikola Tesla, the man they called crazy for his ideas about wireless energy and communication from space. Maybe he wasn't so crazy. What we have is an object that ancient cultures, modern scientists, and multiple governments have all independently verified, and all refuse to explain. In 2019, declassified CIA documents revealed a project called UMBRA. Its stated objective: monitor the polar orbit object. 47 years of surveillance. Project UMBRA received over $2.3 billion in funding between 1972 and 2019 for an object they call space debris. 17 countries maintain independent tracking stations specifically monitoring this orbital position. Not for safety, for observation. 3 former NASA astronauts have given unofficial interviews suggesting the Black Knight is not debris. None have repeated their statements publicly. Astronaut Gordon Cooper claimed to have seen a structured object in polar orbit during his 1963 Mercury mission. NASA edited the footage. Cooper's official mission logs contain a 14-minute gap, precisely when he would have passed the Black Knight's orbital position. In 1975, the UN received a proposal to investigate the object internationally. The motion was blocked by the US and Soviet Union simultaneously. Quiz 3. What year did NASA photograph the Black Knight satellite during Space Shuttle mission STS-88? 1998. And the photographs remain the clearest visual evidence we have. Photographs NASA tried to reclassify within 72 hours. Theory 1. The Black Knight is an alien reconnaissance probe sent thousands of years ago to monitor developing civilizations. This theory accounts for the age, the polar orbit, maximum planetary coverage, the signal, and the refusal to engage with humanity. Theory 2. It's an automated time capsule or distress beacon from an ancient advanced Earth civilization that was destroyed. The 13,000-year age aligns precisely with the Younger Dryas impact event, when something catastrophic happened to civilization. Theory 3. If we live in a simulation, the Black Knight is an artifact from outside it, left deliberately visible as a test. The object consistently violates physical laws. Wrong temperature, wrong orbit decay rate, wrong material composition. Like a glitch. Theory 4. It's a classified US black program from the 1960s, kept secret because the technology is too advanced to reveal. This theory collapses immediately. Tesla detected it in 1899. That's 60 years before any space program existed anywhere on Earth. The strongest case comes from the combination age plus polar orbit plus signal intelligence plus government suppression plus ancient cultural records. Final quiz. Which star system did astronomer Duncan Lunan conclude the Black Knight signal originated from? Epsilon Boötes, 203 light-years away. and the signal contained a star map that was accurate to within 0.01%. Here's what we know for certain. Something is up there. It's ancient. It's in a precise polar orbit. And someone doesn't want you asking questions. But the real question isn't what it is. The real question is, why has every government on Earth agreed to stay silent about it? I've spent 3 months researching this, reading the declassified documents, watching the footage, and I can tell you this honestly. I don't know what it is. Nobody does. But the evidence that something is there, and that it's being hidden, is overwhelming. So tonight, go outside. Look up. Somewhere above you, at 1,000 kilometers altitude, something ancient is orbiting. It has been since before history. If this video changed how you see the sky, subscribe, because the truth about what surrounds this planet goes much deeper than satellites. The next video drops in 7 days, and what we found about the moon is going to make the black night look like old news.